Hi, thanks for joining me today. We're continuing our Fourth Amendment discussion, and we're talking about probable cause. Last time I kind of gave a definition, and we talked a little bit about what probable cause was, that it's objective, or it's supposed to be an objective standard. And now I want to talk a little bit more about when an officer has probable cause, what exactly do they have? Like probable cause for what? So, let's say a police officer pulls over a car for speeding, and there are 4 people inside the car. So the officer, when he walks up to the car, he sees some cocaine in the back seat. And of course there's the driver and then the front passenger, and then there's 2 people sitting in the back seat. So in that situation, the officer certainly has certainly has probable cause to believe that a crime is being committed. But who do they have probable cause to believe is committing that crime? So the Supreme Court actually looked at a case similar to this, where one of the passengers in the car was challenging that there was probable cause for him to be arrested rather than anybody else. And what the Supreme Court ended up looking at is, well, in that situation, anybody in the car could have been exercising control over the cocaine. And so really there's probably probable cause to arrest all of the people in the car in that situation. But what the court does in its analysis is it kind of breaks down, well, okay, step 1 is there probable cause to believe a crime is being committed? That's the first part. And then the second part is, well, do we have probable cause to arrest? And who do we arrest, right? You have to have probable cause to believe a crime is being committed and probable cause to believe that the suspect is the one who had committed the crime or is committing the crime. And that's in order to arrest somebody. And without both of those pieces, a police officer couldn't make an arrest. If a police officer was walking down the street and then looked down and saw a gun that had been thrown in the bushes or something like that, they wouldn't necessarily have probable cause to arrest the next person that they see half a block away. That might be too attenuated in that situation. Whereas, if they saw somebody throw something into the bushes, and then when they walked up to the bushes and saw a gun, then maybe they'd have probable cause in that situation. But I wanted to break it down a little bit in terms of, just because you have probable cause to believe a crime was committed doesn't mean that you can arrest just anybody. You also have to have probable cause to believe that this person was the one who had committed the crime. The same goes for searches. If you have a probable cause to search for something, then your search is limited as to what you're looking for. If a police officer has probable cause to search for a stolen guitar, let's say, just as an example, then they shouldn't be looking at or searching through tiny little packages, because a guitar is rather large. So they should be looking for something that would be guitar-sized. They shouldn't be looking for something very, very small. And again, that just goes to show you how you have to delineate what you specifically have probable cause for. And the same goes for reasonable suspicion. This video was really to show that each of these standards must be broken into, well, probable cause for what? Reasonable suspicion for what? And what's the scope of that? How broad does it go? It should be, narrowly looking at one thing rather than very, very broad and looking at a bunch of different things. So that's it for the video today. Thanks for joining me. I hope you learned something. Remember that if you think some of these issues I've been talking about in this video or any previous video apply to a criminal case that you're dealing with, consult with an attorney and learn as much as you can about the situation. So thanks for joining me.